back to work. I'm gonna see if I can take the next 4 hours and pump out at least 3 or 4 missions on the docket, but we'll see how things go. Wait, is that really all 60? I thought that was down to like 120, but I guess I could be wrong in that regard. I don't think there was anything physically lost. We just have everything recur. Alright, let me prep an op for batch. Okay, we're gonna be focusing, I already put that down, that's gonna be bottom right. And then I'll also build up those areas, so... Let me do something else real quick. Oh, before I forget. Because there was some assets in play. Okay, so they have a T-15. And I have the T-14. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the ass to kill, but I will figure something out. Okay. Yeah, and I discounted sites even more, good god. Okay, looking at everything here. I want to potentially do a weapon upgrade, too. What do I have on reserve? I got 75. Yeah, I'm getting the Moz. Mark 0. Or are we stuck at tier... No, we're stuck at tier 6. Damn it. Alright. So I can add stun grenades. I can... Oh, no. We have a Mark 5 we gotta get. Damn it. So it's gonna be a Mark 11 suppressed with an MOS scope. Okay. That's meant to be a 211. That was 50, and that's going to put me to 25 on the cash reserve. Alright, oh well. Win some, lose some. So that would be your weapon. Where is it? MOS, do I have any special ammo with it? I don't believe so, so it's just that puppy. And I think 10 mags is good to work with there. Alright, so now let me go ahead and get the full copy-paste of everything that I'm going to need. Where do I want to template this? We'll go ahead and template it on the airfield. Alright, 40 infantry per, so that's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, 32, and then 40 on the infantry. We need the static MGs. I'm gonna start using M2s. Grab a guy, copy him on. Put that there. We have a mortar site to go into slots here for that. And then we also have a training center that's set up right there. All right. We have SPG 9s. 4 per AO. 10 IEDs. Oh boy. Those 10, 4 AA static, so that would what be 9K. Yes. Two AA teams, so that is literally just going to be that. Those two, and then a support. That's going to be put up here because that's per mission, not per op. Oh, we also get the auto turrets. Alright, hold on. So we get 2 tow statics. And then we get the CSAT turrets, which are going to be... That's not it. It's the A model. There we go. Those are GMG, and I think we'll mix and match for now. 2 GMG, 2... Because I think I just put it as... Yep, 2 GMG, 2. Yep. Alright, that is going to be interesting to work with. Across, what, all those AOs, and then we can also set up those as well. Alright, Jesus. Set that as a 1 garrisonable group, and then we also have another AI training center that needs to go on the board somewhere. And that is our only site, good God. Oh, but how are you all doing? We're just doing some mission dev on a Monday. I want to try to get like 3 or 4 missions done for today. And we're going to try to stash away some of these sites. So I'm going to stash one over here. And then the other one... Yeah, it's still technically in the play zone. Alright, that works out. The AA teams, we're going to put those on local defense around the sites themselves because that was what chat wanted. So we'll put one there. We'll put one down locally over here as well. The mortar is a precarious one. I want to put it somewhere where it's going to get the most action, which is probably going to be around here. I kind of want to put it in here. I'm just a little worried about the trees, but I think if we were to put it like right here, that would be more than doable for hitting around what is going to be like the main major area here. And then the rest is literally just going to be all of this. So we're going to basically get 5 positions sorted, and then the infantry markers, I'm just going to pull that from other stuff. No butterflies. We don't have any right now. I'm gonna be honest, though, out of everything that's been, like, crazy, I think the butterflies have been the worst. Like, that's what has really screwed with the player base. Here, we're gonna focus on AA positions first. I want to get these kind of on, like, high areas here. Hopefully not, you know, knocking them out, but... We also want to do a really wide spread of assets. Because, you know, they're getting into the habit of just outright, you know, artillery and everything to death, which is fine. But because of that, we want to really spread out our forces. And then auto turrets are going to be a tough one because we only have a 90-degree looking arc. So the best place to put the auto turrets are going to be at angles that are going to potentially have the most coverage. So, you know, stuff that's kind of inconspicuous, especially for, like, GMGs. But for this big of an AO, it's really hard for me to determine, you know, compared to, like, a choke point, where the player base might come from. So I'm trying to set these things up in angles that can cover, you know, a big majority of the area here. And then outside of the main AO, so they still have a high degree of survivability. And then, you know, I wanna put one out here, but I'm gonna be honest, it might be easy, like, better just to put it on an inconspicuous hill facing. And then whatever arc they actually come into the AO, you know, there will be something that can then engage them. But I remember garrisoning this AO a few ops ago, and I mean, this was a really tough one to kind of figure out where to position units on. I think I'm also going to pull some of the turrets and just put them kind of outside on the garrison. But that's risky because this place is marked, and it's probably just going to take, you know, an arty strike. That being said, I don't have a lot of good positions. For this AO here. So again, I'm just going to kind of stick to hilltops. And that's just going to have to force them to rely on air recon, which I doubt they're going to do, because air is going to be too focused on trying to stop whatever freaking monstrosity of a spawn I've got going. Because I'm going to level with you guys. I actually went out and I discounted sites already. I discounted them lower than normal because the player base have a massive amount of air power now with 2 respawning jets. So it's going to literally turn into a game of attrition. Like, if you thought attrition was already bad, now the player base has an ability to beat it back. So it's going to turn into this massive stall war, and I'm going to be honest, I'm really curious to see who's going to win. And then later this week, I'm also going to release custom comps. We're going to put a war games in. And I have to make a way, like a triggered or scripted way for it to be killable, or like a subsystem ability for it to be killable. Which is going to be very interesting, trying to come up with what I want to do with it and then making a price point for that. But I'm thinking of making just a various tiered amount of amalgamations. And then if it survives, it's good. But I know, like, the T50s now that I'm going to put those up, you know, I've been putting a T50 up at the hour mark of every mission, and usually that clears the board of air. Air has an F-18 now, so air could actually start shooting those down. But even then, with the reduced spawn times that the players have, it doesn't affect that much. Oh, I think the real issue, though, is going to be Plinko. I might, because I just discounted sites, I might instead just do a Plinko discount at, I think, the 9K mark. Because the only thing that's really going to slow the player base down is pure, unadulterated attrition. Or the Hive Minds. Hive Minds also did a pretty good job of stalling them last stop, because we finally got them working, and it did force suicides. I think I know what's wrong with some of the Hive Minds, though. They have to be spawned preemptively. So I'm just gonna have, like, in the debug corner, like 5 or 6 Hive Minds just chilling. Because it seems when we spawn them via the Zeus interface, they're not as effective, or they just don't follow the standard settings. So, the thing about Plinko being $1 is we have to strike a balance between how much the server can handle versus the capabilities of Plinko. At the same time, though, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but we've already discounted Plinko from 5 to 4 because of the whole Twitch situation. However, I'm wondering if we could then discount it from 4 to 3 at the 9K mark. And if we were to discount it further, I'd probably have to take the one notion of, instead of spawning a full squad, it would have to be a fire team's worth of infantry. Because at that point, the amount of infantry I would have to spam on the player base would be a lot, you know? And they're talking about the Plinko board tied to this campaign, where, I don't think my camera's on. No, it's not. But we have a camera that can turn on and drop a bunch of chips on the side, and then the numbers correlate to different stuff, and the individual items are fine, but what people go for are the combos, which, you know... if they get a 5-5 combo, for example, so 5 in a row, it's actually happened, and we lightning bolted one of their 270 launchers, and I'm not gonna lie, we really need to lightning bolt the T14 that no, it's a T15. That T15 I gave them is going to make this game a lot more easy, unless I find a way to kamikaze into it. I need to find, like, some way to just annihilate that thing. Because that force multiplier is pretty powerful. The T14 that I have is probably going to play a hand in countering it, but it's really... like, then we risk giving the player base a T14. So... the only thing that can knock it out, though, is, like, we can't purely kill it. That's the other issue. It can always be recovered. So we're really going to have to rely on some custom compositions that can do it. Butterfly IEDs can disable it, don't get me wrong. I think the best way we're going to be able to take care of it is to get it disabled in a position that they cannot bring repair vehicle up to that position. So I think butterfly IEDs, I think any types of traps we set up are going to be our best bet. But it's going to not be something we can permanently kill off for the rest of the campaign. And on the flip side, that means that I can be a lot meaner with the rocket spam. Another option could be to steal it, but that's if they give me that opportunity. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, it's going to be incredibly difficult to finesse that thing. But they literally have, like, a portable rocket shield generator now, so... or I could add a mod that gets rid of it, but, I mean, that would be a bit mean. Plus, I want to use the shield generators for certain things, too, versus their air power. But we'll get to that dev later in the week. Right now, I'm literally just formatting multiple mission files for today. And then we'll continue with more tonight. I think I'll just put the IEDs out here to try to catch armor, but again, they can come in from any angle, so I'll just put the rest out there. But I mean, this AO is going to be a lot easier because we have a lot of good positions to put stuff, plus we have positions that are practically rocket proof, unless they put the artillery, like, directly on top. No, we don't have EMPs. It's a scripted trigger system. There's no way we have to knock it. And then they're just going to argue, hey, like, we have it in our territory, it's not destroyed, can we just, you know, triple R it, like, after the op? And of course, I've already set that precedent, so I have to say yes. But I'm not complaining about it, just, again, it poses an interesting challenge, but it also sets a new base of how OP can we be, you know? So the custom composition dev stream is going to be really fun later this week, but for now, it just gives us something to think about for the Pay4CamPAIN. I would say, beyond that, the most important thing for the viewers to get to really keep up the pressure would be unit upgrades. Because the air stall doesn't matter if the AI are absolutely stacked. Trying to look for bottlenecks here, but looks like there's actually multiple openings everywhere, so I can just try to, like, put some hidden auto turrets around and try to catch people. But putting anything in here also risks it getting RD'd, but, you know, we just gotta make that call. But I like where this Pay4CamPAIN has opened up on, in the sense that there's actually just a lot of different things that we could do. You can literally spam Plinko in the hopes of getting a 5 combo to outright nuke one of their assets, but at the same time, you're going to be contributing to giving a lot of stuff to delay POG in this campaign. You can get weapon upgrades to make the individual infantry member that much more difficult to deal with. And then rely on the fact that we do get an AI training center every week, and we've usually sat on about 40% difficulty for the AI skill, which is pretty decent. I think the only thing I wouldn't really do right now is individual vehicles, unless you're going to go with something OP, which is going to just roll into the custom composition, because I think we're beyond the individual vehicle phase. Because there's just so much bang for your buck you can get elsewhere, but that's going to be up to me to, you know, dev some really good custom comps. VB IEDs, I guess they're going to have to be on the table in the custom comps section. Because I'm just thinking of ways we can counter the abomination we've given them, and we know for a fact is going to be fielded. That and the fact that they have a 270. It's just now we're getting along the lines of, okay, what can we do that's not going to outright murder the entire infantry base, because without them this op can't get done? But how can we also counter against Air's amalgamation of BS? Like, I'm half tempted to start providing SAM sites, for example, but that's going to completely neuter Air. And I'm going to get a lot of backlash for that. So I'm not sure if that one's going to be 100% doable. Oh, it's POG. I'm going to put stuff on top of rooftops and just claim they flew up there. It's fine. We don't have Crocus drones in the mod set. That's the thing. And exactly how much can we throw at them without decimating them? That has changed op to op. I'm not even kidding. Like, some days they're able to literally tank everything we can throw at them, and then other days I'll throw, like, a handful of tanks, and then Air won't shoot them, and then they get to the infantry, and then all of a sudden the infantry is just dying. And it's like, bruh. We don't have switchblades, blades. We only have the, oh my god, no. Shaheeds, which the player base now has 10 of. Plus an extra 2 because they landed at the airbase. But I'd say player morale is going to be pretty high the next few missions, so we can get away with throwing a lot more at them, which is why I think it's going to be perfect to start launching custom comps at them. But the fact that they now have 2 jets is going to really change this game. But there's going to be a Pay4PAIN, not Pay4PAIN, a War Games in play. There has to be at this point. They are in the dock? Oh, wait. Nope, they are in the mod set. I'm a complete jerk. Does that mean we have Crocus? We don't have the Crocus, we do have the Switchblades. Okay. The thing about the Switchblades is that they're player-controlled. I wonder if there's a way for me to script the launching of them. But then you have to manually script them onto a target. Because unironically, it would be quite interesting to make a custom composition that could fire its own switchblades. Because we could just take that, group it. Huh. The gears are turning. Yeah, the gears are turning in my head for that one, Chief. Thank you for reminding me that that was in there, because it's been a while since I've actually made that dock. Yeah, it's a drone swarm. What does it do? It just launches a bunch of shit. How do we make it immune to airstrikes? We just put a concrete slab over the damn thing. And we just use sideways launchers. Oh my god. Yeah. Because here's the thing. I know people want Shilka towers. I'm gonna probably price them at $5. Because I know for a fact Air is immediately going to seed that bitch. At least if I'm remembering that correctly. Seed is the anti-radiation missile that just immediately hones in on anything with a radar. Guess what has 10 radars because it's 10 Shilkas stacked on top of each other? Yeah, no, what we're gonna need is stuff that can take on air and then maybe be a threat to the ground. That's what we would really want to focus on. And then, you know, how we execute that is, well, anyone's business at that point. Tunguska Tower. I don't think I ever used Tunguska Towers because they weren't in the mod set. That would be something interesting to experiment with, but again, the hardest part about making custom compositions is deploying the weapon platforms in a way where they don't hit each other. Oh, what if we did variants of the war games? Oh no. What are good specs for an Arma 3 server? The most powerful CPU you can find that has an emphasis on its primary core. Throw out hyper-threading, throw out multiple cores, whatever CPU, you can just overclock the primary core to above 5.0 gigahertz is going to be your best bet for an Arma 3 server. Yeah, war games covered in Shilkas, I mean... Hear me out. Hear me out. Because it would run custom attach scripts. Maybe. Huh. If we can get it to run Mega War Game. With a giant Shilka. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Oh god, and now we have this place. This is being built for POG. POG, I'm gonna be honest with you, I am kind of hoping that we do hit the nuke reset button in this campaign, because I would really like to just redo how we do operations in POG. I don't know if that's gonna be like a new... Actually, no, I'm gonna move these IEDs. I'm gonna make a bottleneck instead. I don't know if that's gonna be like a new campaign of PMC related stuff, or like I have other ideas for what I might want to do, but we'll see. But I definitely want like a switch of some sort. I'm gonna focus on statics first. I'm just gonna place random infantry. Again, on the mindset of they are going to RD the shit out of this, so okay, no. This is a golden spot for a tow. Right off the bat. Just put 40 boats in the small lake. We'll just have that as a custom composition. 40 gunboats. Why? Funny. And then wherever vehicles are going to come up should be where we focus the SPG-9s. Oh, pulled him off the turret. Come on. But I'm not kidding when I say we have a massive amount of mission dev we need to do today. It's gonna be like that for, I want to say, this entire week. It's like the one focus is going to be mission dev. No ifs, ands, or buts. The kayaks from Hellfire would be fun. You would think, but those kayaks are very, very squishy. Like, incredibly squishy. Plus, POG has a bunch of air, so air would just strike the shit out of it. Mercilessly. Alright, I'm expecting this entire central area to get rocket striked, so... Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm actually going to move. I'm not putting anything in the direct center. That is going to get it all killed, and I don't want to lose the assets. So we're going to put everything on the high sides, and I'm thinking that will be able to avoid the rocket splash from that 270. Valkyrie, I do have something. I just haven't gone over it yet, because Revy has us working on the next 31st thing. I just need to open up that file and see if we're still going to be doing the mission files we've already set up for it. And I also know that there's been some mod set updates with it and blah, blah, blah. So give me a few days and I will get back to you. I just have a lot of tasks that need to be done. Civilians in there? POG does not give a flying fuck about civilians. If you want to find a morally justifiable way to murder POG, just use your damn wallet, okay? Because POG with the freaking HIMARS is not going to give a flying fuck about civilian casualties. Unless you want me to make a custom comp that literally states, hey, I put these civvies in. If they die, I roll a d20 and something bad happens. Hey, chat. Hey, chat. You like Plinko, right? Now if we include the magic D20 of wonders. Ruh-roh-rangy. The magical D20 of wonders. Did a civvy die? That's okay. I'm gonna roll a d20. If we get a nat 1, nothing bad happens. If we get a nat 2, you know, maybe one single AI shows up. If we get a nat 20, you know, maybe some horrid abomination appears. Who knows? That would be funny. That turns it into like a raffle system at that point. Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, clearing this entire freaking place is going to be a goddamn nightmare. Every civvy killed is a roll, yeah. This is just gonna turn into a lot of Plinko playing and dice rolling, I swear to God. You killed a civvy? Okay. Let's see what Mr. RNG has in store for you. Oh, decisions. Arma DND. I'm gonna put like a handful of people still on the interior, but it's literally just missile bait. That sounds wrong, missile bait, goddamn. Nat 20 Bloodwing chooses what to do. We need to specify it's in regards to the scenario, okay? Because last time Bloodwing got to choose what she wanted to do, my credit card bill went up. Nah, I'm joking. I gave her the credit card. Anyway. The dice giveth and the dice taketh away. And all of Liru's Pay4CamPAIN money either goes into the wedding or goes into something else related. There's never a winner. Alright. You know what? I'm only going to do these 3 AOs. And if they just happen to blitz it, then I will make sure that there is something to stall. Because I have a feeling when we put a few custom comps down, there will be stall. There always has to be stall. Besides, I need to make a super T34. And I have a wonderful idea of how the hell I'm going to do it. But that'll be in a later dev stream. I'm just trying to finish up this infantry placement. And then I just want to do a look over of drones and stuff, make sure everything's on the right side. Because I think I made that mistake in the Hellfire mission. I just want to make sure I'm not making that same mistake here. People keep switching the goddamn sides on me. Not realizing that means I have to switch, like, you know, 5 different items in regards to drone terminals. Okay, and then one guy in the middle. There he is. He's in the middle. Isn't that lovely? Alright. So that's these AOs selected, and then we have these other Op4 markers where I can just put more stuff as needed. Let me go ahead and just check a random arsenal here. And then I need to put 2 pilot rolls in. So we're set the blue for, right? So the terminal should be... If I can find it. I cannot, because I am just this special. There it is. There's no terminal. So I have them in this container, then. Bold of you to assume I remember what that symbol looks like. Spoiler alert, I don't. I'm stupid. Okay, yeah, NATO. And then I'm assuming we have them in here, and if they're custom placed, then I have them. That was the wrong button. What am I doing? Yeah, it's fine. Okay, supply box would have them then, and I'm assuming the drones are in here. If not, then I guess the drones are... I never gave them a... Yeah, no, I never gave them a darter then. So that would just be all these, which I know they're set to Op4, but I've got a script on them to change them back. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to be returning this file on a later date, but it's a good start for it. At least get the grunt work done. Next thing to do is copy and paste all of these into that file folder thingamajig. And that should be good. Alright. And that only took 4